Yes, yes, yes. Now, this is what I want to hear. And I told people, I believe that 2024 is a special year. Everything lines up for 2024. It just does. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanim. This article is from Coinpedia.org and it's titled Crypto Prices to Skyrocket. Skyrocket in 2024. All the big money is saying 2024 is going to be special. You have MiCA legislation rolling out. You have all these things going on with the XRPL. You have so much going on with Stellar. I just don't see how 2024 isn't a massive year. You also have these catalysts going on with Bitcoin. That could pop off a bull run, and that would be fun as well. A lot of profit taking would be done. But let's read this little tidbit here. So this is coming from Raoul Pal. All right. This is renowned global macro investor Raoul Pal recently shared valuable insights on the current state of the cryptocurrency landscape and offers a glimpse into what 2024 may bring. Says Pal's insights are particularly timely given the recent market volatility. Everything's is starting to load up. Says we've broken down, and that's another thing. So when I say that, I'm thinking about the liquidity drain that's happening now. We're passing through the fire right now. That's good. That means if we pass through this fire, we may not have to worry about so much fire and turbulence next year. Let's get this over with now. And we are. We're going through that liquidity drain, T-bills, bonds, all of these different things, liquidity restraints, illiquid assets on the banks and such. And, big money that usually can play in the markets have to be very careful. I think next year, things start loosening up a little bit. Right. So we're walking through the fire right now. It says Pal's insights are particularly timely. Oh, we read that part already. Let's move on from there. It says a quiet yet positive landscape. And it's getting more positive because the institutions, the big money is already getting into position. They're taking over. They're getting ready. And those trillions. Now, you've heard economists after economists, large or higher banking institutional representatives say trillions are coming. It's not just me now. You've seen a lot of articles. So the trillions are coming. What happens when the trillions flood in? Now you got Bitcoin will play. It has clarity. You have XRP has clarity. It will play. XLM, I believe, will play. Not only because of what Stellar has going on. They have a lot going on. I mean, on the Stellar brand, not just Stellar Foundation. I think a lot of the companies outside of Stellar Foundation are doing a lot more for Stellar, the blockchain, than Stellar Foundation. You got EveryNet, LightNet. They've continued to move forward, by the way, with their ideas of replacing Swift. So they're working at a breakneck pace. Hopefully we'll get some information on that. You have that going on. You have Stronghold. We got a Stronghold article coming up in the Stellar chapter, XLM chapter. You have BPV. There's massive pushes being made. So, hopefully we'll see something in the future. But that's who I'm looking at, right? Algorand has set itself up to absolutely just explode in the future because of all the building that they have done. A lot of people have forgotten about the foundation that they've been building. It's very solid. So anyway, it says a quiet yet positive landscape, despite seeming tranquility in the crypto and traditional markets due to reduced liquidity. Powell highlights that the cryptocurrency domain has seen substantial growth of 50 to 100% this year. And that's what I'm talking about. Everything's gotten bigger. Everything. So if you saw what happened before, theoretically, the next time around should be even bigger. We will see, folks. We will see. I'm getting excited, though. I mean, 2024, I've been saying that. It says the broader sentiment, however, feels less enthusiastic because of the market's stagnant performance since April. Yeah, but there's no money to go around. Nobody's going to be playing heavily in risk assets, especially like the crypto markets. It's such a nascent industry that the money gets pulled from there first to go into other non-risk assets that have a high yield, a locked in yield. And, with the whole SEC going after staking way back when, of course, that messed things up a lot, right? It chased a lot of money away where they're going to go to something safe where they don't have to worry about legal repercussions to get that locked in yield. Hence, people leaving risk assets for non-risk assets like T-bills and such, right? Which the government knows that. Like, this is all a game. But anyway, that can't continue forever, right? And also, they can't continue to hold rates or raise rates forever. They're going to have to turn the money printer back on. They're going to have to cut rates at some point. I think they've already done too much damage. There was an article I was reading the other day saying that they're trying to keep an eye out for it when they cause too much damage. It's already been done, in my humble opinion. People are getting laid off left and right. I mean, how much more damage can you do? It's getting harder and harder for these people to get jobs. The job postings are there. So that's what the data is going to use to say, well, there's a lot of jobs out here. It's like, well, the job postings are up. Are they really hiring? That's not what I'm hearing on the ground. I'm hearing on the ground that it's very difficult for these for individuals who used to be job hoppers to find employment like that, which once again leads back to the Fed and their role in having a devastating effect in putting the bringing a depressionary environment to the economy. They may have done too much. I mean, look, that sword cuts both ways. It just does with the Fed, but what it does is it makes everything look greater for crypto in the next bull run. Think about it this way. People are hungry for gains. They're hungry for capital. The economy is doing terrible. So if we enter a bull run, people will be ready to, unfortunately, some people will risk it all. But some people are just prepared to feast. They're ready to feast on some gains. And companies, and I'm not thinking about individuals. I have nothing to do with individuals, retail, but I'm looking at institutions are ready to make the big money to play. That's why they all have been getting involved heavily in crypto. They're trying to do custody services. They're trying to do exchanges and such. And they're just outright ready to dominate in a way that they didn't dominate the last bull run. Really, we were the ones dominating. We were making disgusting gains. Really good gains. I know some people don't like that negative. Oh, disgusting is viewed as a negative term. Well, then my apologies, but we make great gains. No, they want to be the ones on top this time. This is why you see them trying to dominate with Bitcoin. It's my humble opinion. I know that they know about XRP. I know that they're going to try to dominate when it comes to XRP, but we'll see in the future. So I like that. Let's move on here to another article. Okay, I hope you're all doing fantastic out there. Yeah. This article is from cryptonewsflash.com. I just wanted to highlight this little bit here. And it's titled XRP upgrade. Could it catapult prices 500% higher? But that's not the important part here. I want to read this little bit here because I always put this idea out there, and now I'm starting to see others talk about this. It says the introduction of automated market makers has naturally led to discussions regarding its potential impact on the price of XRP, which I think could be a great impact in my humble opinion, but we'll see how that works out. I know some have their doubts. It says one prominent question is whether the automated market makers, which primarily relies on XRP holders for liquidity provision, could exert downward pressure on the value of XRP. We read through that before. That's not important. David Schwartz already clarified that. There's a part here I wanted to get to. It says the scenario envisioned here involves automated market makers utilizing XRP tokens to balance liquidity pools, potentially leading to a sell-off and influencing the tokens market. I don't know how I lost that portion that I'm looking for. But anyway, there's a portion in this article where they talk about balance, right? Balancing and a certain type of acceptable volatility. And that's what I was trying to convey over the last few months when I say acceptable volatility. Now, if these things are not going to be dirt cheap and they can reach a respectable price, my thoughts are that the banking system itself will bring it to a higher level where it will have acceptable volatility like silver, like gold. There's not that much volatility to worry about with these commodities, in my humble opinion, unless you buy at a high after something like a crash or something happens like that. But normally there's acceptable volatility. Look at where gold has been consolidating around that price. Look at silver, $23, $24. It did go to like $27 at one point. Then it came down $25, $24, $23. That's acceptable volatility. I see the same thing happening with something like XRP, something like Quant. I don't see volatility being so meteoric, so out of control, like it would be in the prior bull markets and in the bear markets. So that's what I got from this article. My apologies. I just couldn't find that section here. So we're going to move on because I want to get through these articles here in a timely fashion today. Now this article here is from ambcrypto.com, and it is titled ChatGPT expects XRP's price to hit $2 to $3 by the end of 2023. Now, this is definitely opposite to what Google Bard, the prediction that Google Bard made yesterday, which is why I wanted to cover it. That's interesting. One AI says, oh, no, 2025, which I absolutely do not agree with. Absolutely do not. I think we play in 2024. If we play in 2023 and that price skyrockets, I'm all for that as well. That definitely is possible. Definitely. But I'm more leaning towards 2024. There's a lot of catalysts there, solid catalysts there. So anyway, so let's scroll down here and see what ChatGPT is talking about. And I'm not sure how they do this. You know, they claim that there's some way that they can make ChatGPT access real-time data. All right, I'm just going to read the article. It says, based on recent announcements, Ripple XRP might expand its presence into everyday life by improving traditional settlements. The company is reportedly planning to eliminate inefficiencies and friction that exist for e-commerce companies. That we know. Let's continue on here. It says the XRP token could become a critical component in this process. So now this part is absolutely unbelievable and is unbelievable. This is what it says. I'm just going to read it. All right. It says, ask about 2023 price predictions for XRP. ChatGPT predicts it could reach. Now, this is the jailbroken version of ChatGPT where they acknowledge that it's not always accurate. Okay, I want to put that out there. But this is what it's saying. It says, ask about the 2023 price predictions for XRP. ChatGPT predicts it could reach $10 or even $100. Whoa. In 2023, we only have this little bit of the year left. Now, listen, this is AI. It is not always accurate. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. If this happens, I'll accept it. So be it. I'll take it. Who wouldn't? But I wouldn't expect it to do that much with this little bit of the year left. But anything is possible with XRP. But I'll read the rest of it. It says, after tweaking the prompts, we asked ChatGPT to make predictions based on historical price data and recent judgment. Through the classic version of ChatGPT, which the prediction we just heard is from the jailbroken version, okay? Through the classic version of ChatGPT, it did not make any predictions. The jailbroke version provided a modest forecast of $2 to $3 for XRP's price. They're confusing the heck out of me. I mean, so did they ask it multiple times? I'm not understanding. It says they asked it about 2023 predictions. Then it said $10 to $100. Then they said they asked the jailbroke version and it provided a forecast of $2 to $3. I mean, don't get me wrong. You could run a prompt multiple times. Maybe that's what they did. I mean, this is all just fun information. I don't take AI seriously yet. It just hasn't made it far enough, but it's just fun to read and see what they're saying. But that's sort of mind-blowing. All right, so now enough with the fun. Let's get to an XLM related article here. This is from Stronghold.co. Now, Stronghold is taking positions that are very interesting, and I'll tell you why. So they have this part here that's about integration. It says integration reflects the broader shift in consumer preferences, moving away from the one standard cash or card question. Modernizing payments is what we at Stronghold specialize in. And it's why we've created an entire ecosystem of services to make payments easier. Then they have a section here titled Bridging Mobile Payments and Physical Storefronts. It says, as the lines blur between online and physical shopping, modern customers seek versatile and efficient payment options. Let's skip ahead. Then it says embedded ACH payments for a seamless checkout. The final step in online shopping should be as painless as possible. Listen, they just had a massive outage with the company Square and with Cash App. I've even heard that was PayPal having some problems as well. I'm not sure. I heard that, but I couldn't verify it. But I definitely could verify the whole Cash App problem and the Square problem. A lot of small businesses couldn't take payments who were utilizing Square for that day. That was devastating. I want to be able to make my money every single day, collect my capital every single day. Now, what Stronghold is trying to do, if you read this article that they posted, what they're trying to do is say, hey, listen, we can provide infrastructures, we can provide payment softwares, infrastructures, whatever, technologies that will always be up and running, be super cheap for you, efficient, and it's super easy to lay out. Now, that's how you build powerfully on Stellar and push it forward. Push Stellar forward, push XLM forward, because Stronghold, EveryNet, all these run across Stellar. They're really Stellar payment systems. But for them to take that stance is powerful at this time. I mean, I don't know how many companies they're sending this article out to. I'm sure that they are doing that. But those companies are definitely going to take a second look and say, wait a minute. And especially if they explain that if one part of a blockchain system, DLT system, goes down, the rest of it can continue to run. It will not affect your business. We've seen this time and time again. This is why it was good when a lot of the other blockchains had problems. And we were able to prove that if one part of the system has a problem, the rest of it keeps running like nothing ever happened. That's good. As opposed to systems now, which is why I brought up Cash App and Square, where they go down, the entire system is down. All the stores are down. You can't do anything. No, with us, you can still function. That is one of the most brilliant aspects of DLTs, distributed ledger technologies, blockchain, that they need to continue to highlight. This is one of the reasons why we are superior to the legacy system offerings. And Stronghold is putting that out there at the forefront. Look at this: tailored payment solutions for your business. Every business has unique needs. Some require custom payment solutions, while others seek integration with e-commerce systems or point of sale setups. Look, they're even willing to customize everything, right? Exactly how you need it. It's going to always function 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So, I mean, look, if you're looking at Stellar, we have offerings like this going on. We have BPV going after the banks and large financial institutions. We have Stronghold, EveryNet, that alliance, Velo, where they're trying to, this is what they're saying, they're trying to replace Swift in certain Asian regions. This is what they claim. Is still on their website to this day. We have so much going on. And sure, is it taking some time? Yeah, but that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at here. That could definitely make a difference. CC Bank, we have a couple of banks still with the Ukraine situation. So, we'll see how things continue to go. But as of now, the companies that are building on Stellar are looking healthy. They're looking good. They're doing very well. It's just my personal opinion. It's not financial advice. You could do whatever you want to do. All right. So now let's move on here. I want to close out these last few articles. I want to get these in. The banks continue to go insane and turn the people against them. This is from the dailyhodl.com and it's titled $120,000 vanishes from woman's bank account. What? Man, let me tell you. Oh, Nelly, don't play with my capital. Don't do that. No. It says a woman in Arizona says her life savings of $120,000 has disappeared from her bank account. She's going to have to prove that. You can't just say that. You have to prove that. But it says here, and her bank is now giving her the boot. So they took your money and kicking you out. We keep hearing things like this. This is Margaret Lomax says she transferred the money to her Citibank account from a regional California bank called Farmers and Merchants, reports the CBS affiliated news station KPHO. It says Lomax says her Citibank account initially showed the money had arrived, but soon after her debit card was declined. Quote, the money was actually right there on the screen. I hope you screenshotted that. And then poof, it disappeared, unquote. Citibank then sent Lomax a notice in the mail saying she breached the bank's terms of agreement. What? The money had been sent back to his rightful owner, unquote, and her account would be terminated. What is going on? Lomax then contacted Farmers and Merchants, who told her the money is gone. Quote, whoa, it's getting crazy out here, folks, with these banks. They're just unraveling. It says, quote, their systems don't work. It says, quote, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm climbing the walls. There are nights that I'll go through half a box of Kleenex crying. I could imagine this is insanity. You better lawyer up. It's not advice. I'm just saying. Reports of banking customers dealing with abrupt account closures due to concerns of suspicious behavior have ramped up in recent years. I told you that we've been reporting on it here. The number of suspicious activity reports submitted by banks to law enforcement was about 830,000 in 2014. Why do you have this date from so long ago? Give me a recent date. It says That number has steadily increased. Oh, here we go. Okay. With about 1.4 million SAR suspicious activity reports in 2021. Whoa. 1.4 million. What is going on? And they just get to keep your money. Does anyone see a problem with that where a bank could just say, hey, you're doing this and that, and then just keep your money? Whoa. See, I'm telling you. And the people are talking, and that's getting around. Listen, all the bank coin companies have to do is recognize the weaknesses in the bank system and realize, yes, we can work with them. We can also work without them, and we can dominate. They're weak right now. We can dominate. Just my humble opinion. All right. So now let's move on here. So I want to close out with this one here. I had 2 articles left, but I'll close out with this one. Okay. So this article here is titled, it's from Utah Today. It's titled, Rich Dad, Poor Dad Declares End of Fiat Money, Predicts Crypto is the Future. I've been saying the same thing. I've been iterating the same thing for a long time. Haven't I said that? I say like unbacked. Let me make that clear. Unbacked fiat currency, I think, is at its end. I don't know when. I'm not saying it's going to happen this year, next year. I don't know. I can't proclaim to know that. I just know that it's in its end cycle, and that the future is going to be very different. And yet, I do believe that the engine of the new systems will be the bank coins. The new financial system will it will connect everything together. It won't be the only thing, but it will connect everything together. Does that make sense? This is Robert Kiyosaki, the financial guru and the author of the best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, recently took to X, formerly Twitter, to declare that fiat money is quote unquote toast and that crypto is the future. You know, a lot of people locking up their value in other things to protect their value: gold, silver, platinum, palladium, oil, fine art, real estate. Look, the wise people are protecting their value at all costs. Says, however, Kiyosaki's prediction is not without its detract. Of course, people are going to disagree. They're within their rights. Why not? That's okay. I don't think anyone's out here to convince anybody of anything. They're just sharing their thoughts, just sharing their opinions. Nothing more than that. It doesn't benefit Robert Kiyosaki, I don't think, for him to convince people that this is true. You think people buying a tiny little bit of what, gold or silver is going to do something? Have you seen the consolidation? Like only the banks, when the banks, or not only the banks, let me not say that. The banks or a massive crash adds to the increase in that price. Not a few people that might say, well, Robert Kiyosaki is right. Let me go get some oil, gold, or no. So it doesn't benefit him whatsoever is what I'm saying. He's just sharing his thoughts. It says, my humble opinion, if you disagree, it's perfectly fine. It says, especially considering his controversial past in financial advice and legal matters, says Vibrant Crypto Hub. Kiyosaki posted his prediction while attending a massive cryptocurrency conference in Singapore. They're dominating over there. Singapore, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, you know how they're deeply ingrained and hand in hand with the Bank of International Settlements, the United Arab Emirates. I mean, that whole MENA region is just dominating. They're setting themselves up to win, folks. I don't know what more to say. The bank coins are deep in both of those regions. It's a new era coming. And this is why I don't think that they're worried about their fiat currencies. I don't think the United States is worried about their fiat currencies. The regular people are. I don't think that the higher ups, quote unquote, care about fiat currency. The people on the ground do, because their entire lives revolve around that fiat currency. But it looks to me that every single action that they're taking leads to some sort of fiat currency crash. And it doesn't have to go to zero. It doesn't. I'm not saying that. Never say that. But all it has to do is be greatly diminished and affect people's lives to the point where it's very difficult to live. I see a lot of videos and articles where people are saying that that time period is rapidly coming. They're experiencing difficulties right now. How much more in the future as these controllers of the world, right, these governments and regulators continue to run the same policies. They run things the same way. Their minds have not changed. So why would the negatives go away if they haven't come up with solutions? In order to come up with solutions, you would have to have a change of mind of sorts, correct? So I just don't see how it gets better. That world reserve currency protection, that shield that they've been using, I don't think that is going to help them very much in the future, because a lot of the injury to, let's say, the US dollar, a lot of the injury is self-imposed. Isn't that crazy? All right. It says the conference aims to gather the most influential figures that we know. We know about all these cryptocurrency conferences and such like that. But I do agree with that. The bank coins will play a huge role, in my humble opinion, and they know it as well. They know it. Bitcoin will have its place as well. I do think smart contract platforms will be diverse. I don't think Ethereum will be at the top. I think as a connector, Quant, it will take the number one spot as a connector. You have other offerings, but I have to see them do much more. Right. Well, so the future is bright, in my humble opinion, very, very bright. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.